And I recommend sitting on something just to lift your hips up a little bit higher than your knees. Excuse me. You may see my kitties come and go here. Good morning, Barry. You want to play with that streak? Yeah. All right, so we'll start seated nice and tall. Maybe roll the shoulders up and back a few times, creating some spaciousness there around the shoulders and the neck, and then starting simultaneously to circulate some deeper breaths through the body. Maybe some open mouth exhales. Maybe smiling your inhale inside the body, right? So just smile on the way in. And just sigh it out, make some noise. No one can hear you, you're on mute. So just do whatever feels good for you, just to start awaken the inside and the outside of the body, just gently and slowly. And then we'll rest in stillness here in our comfortable seat or meditative seat, easy pose as they call it, those yogis. Let your hands land palms up or palms down, whatever feels most natural. And then relax the fingers and thumbs and through your elbows. And then start to feel your chest lift in front of you a little bit and roll the shoulders back and down. And now just diving inside of your body, just pause here for a minute in this place of stillness physically. And just notice all of the aliveness that is going on inside of your body. Right? All of the organs and the lungs waking up this Sunday morning. So maybe start to take some deeper breaths and continue that connection of circulating deeper and longer breaths in and out of the body. Trying to push a little of the stale air out from inside the lungs at the bottom of that exhale. So see if you can get just a little bit more empty. And while you're focusing on your breath, just keep the facial muscles relaxed. Keep the jaw relaxed and the tongue relaxed inside of the mouth if you can. And then gently feel your head pull back slightly so that your neck gets a little longer. And you can feel that line of energy traveling up the back of your neck, kind of curving the back of the skull and up and out through the crown of the head. And you feel that sensation tug at the rest of the spine, so you're feeling a little taller. Feeling maybe a little bit more strong and stable in the supported, lengthening spine. And so imagine the stability of your spine being so strong and long behind you, and then just notice, bring your awareness to everything that kind of surrounds the spine and relax there. So relax around the outer edges of your body. Rest heavy into your hips. Now breathing together, wherever you are in your breath cycle, let's open mouth, exhale the air out of the body. And then seal your lips, breathe in through your nose, breathing along the length of your spine so you feel really tall, really full with the breath at the top. Hold the breath there. Keep the height of your spine, and with an open mouth exhale, just enjoy the release. And then push a little more air out at the bottom of the breath. And once you feel empty, breathe in again through the nose. Holding it at the top. Relax your shoulders, smile a little. Open mouth exhale, release it, enjoy it, and then be active and push a little more air out. Get a little more emptier, and then last full breath together. All the way to the top. Hold the breath at the top there. Feel tall in the spine. Open mouth exhale, release. Push it all out, even more. And then let breath fill you up naturally. And then empty you out naturally. And again, relax around the edges of your body. Relax deeply into your hips, into your feet and legs. Feel the facial muscles melt over the bone structure of the face. Feel the neck soften and the shoulders get a little heavier through the collarbones. And just notice how you feel right now. In this place of stillness, in this place of being internalized. Just notice, no judgment, no trying to articulate why. Just simply observing how you are feeling in this space and time. And then let's bring our palms gently meeting together in front of our heart center. And just feel that connection of the left and right side of your body connecting right at the center in front of your heart space. Noticing that sense of temperature and the sense of touch even. Do you feel your right hand more against your left hand, or you feel your left hand more against your right hand? Or are they even? And then just gently drop your head down so you feel a little gentle stretch in the neck, but diving into the space of your heart, take a moment here to set an intention for yourself. Start taking some deeper breaths as you identify what this intention is for you right now. And then start smiling really big, so you're bringing this positive emotional response to your thought. Like it's already happened. You are already doing this, receiving this. You are already this intention. I'll remind you of this throughout our practice. Let's release our hands down, back onto the lap, and then keep your chin heavy at your chest. Your eyes can stay closed. Let them be soft. Exhale all of the air out of your body here, maybe with an open mouth exhale. Seal your lips, inhale through the nose, and start doing some circles with your neck. So drop your right ear over to your shoulder, bring your head towards your back, and then exhale, guide down the other side. So left ear to your shoulder and chin to your chest. Take your time here and just feel the weight of your head dropping in all the directions. Help to create this stretch. So rather than pushing your head or really directing it in any which direction, just feel like the head is floating around, so heavy and effortlessly moving around the axis of your spine. Gently moving, being so present with all these different sensations that you're starting to feel. Start taking deeper breaths and connect your breath with the body movement here. So we're going in a circle made of two halves, just like our breath. Inhale fully as your head reaches the back. And then exhale completely, feeling your navel pull in as your chin meets your chest. And if you haven't already, whenever you want to, start reversing your rotation. Going gently and mindfully in the opposite direction. Keeping all the muscles of the face relaxed, even the eyes. Usually when we're focusing, the tongue will tighten and the eyelids and the eyebrows will kind of flex. So try to focus and keep your face so supple, like you are still sleeping. And if you've lost a connection of your breath, no big deal. Just pick it up right again or right away when you notice that you've lost it. And that's the practice, that sense of awareness. Like, oh, I'm thinking again and I forgot about my breath. So let me just focus on that again. We'll do one more circle, whichever direction, whatever movement feels good. We'll pause with our chin meeting in our chest. Take a nice deep breath into the neck and upper back. Exhale, feel your shoulders and arms get heavier. And slowly lift your head back up so your chin is parallel, and then feel your head pull back right away so your neck is long. You can flutter the eyes open. Letting light back inside of that body. All right, hands down by your side. Reach your arms all the way up, big stretch. Looking up, exhale, big stretch all the way down. Arms reaching actively out by your side and down towards the earth. Flip those palms up again, reach up, big breath in. Exhale all the way down. Start to squeeze your core, your front ribs in here. One more time. Inhale, reach, big stretch, pause. Interlace your fingers, slip your palms up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, round your spine. Tuck your tailbone, chin to your chest, push your palms forward. And then inhale, push your palms up to the ceiling, lengthen your spine, look up. Exhale, engage your belly, tuck your tailbone under you, round your whole spine, concave, chin to your chest, so heavy head. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Try to push up so you lengthen the side body, out of the hips. Exhale, round the spine. Last one. Push, 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 push. Get empty here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Release your hands, but keep your palms here. Take a breath. Exhale, twist over to your right and drop your arms down. So your right hand lands behind, left hand on the leg for support. Full breath, breathing from your tailbone in a straight line up to the crown of the head. And then every exhale, you twist just a little bit. Be really mindful of that left hip staying rooted, so both of your hips are evenly rooting down, and you're breathing in a straight line up from that even support. Exhale, and you gaze back just gently to feel a little stretch through the neck, squeezing the belly. Now let's hover our hands right where they are. Flip your left palm facing away from you, so it's like the back of that hand wants to touch the leg, but it's not, and the right hand just hovers above the floor. Now, breathe and lift your heart up. Exhale, engage your belly and feel that right arm move back. Another big breath. Root that left hip down, relax the knees. Good, and then inhale, bar arms up, arms up. And then exhale, twist over to your left and drop the arms. So now right hands on the knee, left hands behind. Start to circulate the breath evenly from the tailbone up. Exhale, chin is parallel to the floor, we gaze back. Rooting down into that right hip. Soften the knees. Notice how the front of your hips want to help you with this twist, but try to relax the lower half of your body. Just think about all of this engagement in the upper half, lengthening your spine. Good, and then we're going to lift your hands, hovering them above where they are. Excuse me. Okay, got it. Right palm facing away, heart lifting with the inhale. Relax that right hip down. Exhale, start to twist. Last one here. And then inhale, both arms up, nice and tall, reach up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Landing your hands onto the floor and root into your hands. Push your hands down into the floor. If that support underneath you is too high here, just remove it. And then start to press into your hands, pushing your hips down. As you inhale, suck your belly in and pull the breath into your heart. So your heart lifts to the horizon. And then exhale, press into your hands, but reach forward at the same time. Now let your head be heavy, maybe rock a little right to left. So you actually dip a shoulder, feel the other shoulder lifting. You can kind of feel a little stretch out of that low back as you do that. Good. Get a little heavier, relax into your feet and your hips. Now you're gonna press into your hands and come about halfway towards your body. Walk your hands over to your right, and then so your heart is almost over this knee. Take a breath, press into your hands, root your left hip down, and then exhale, walk those fingers forward so your heart almost comes over the knee. Push into that left hand, take a nice deep breath in. Engage your belly as you exhale, let your head be heavier. Good, another one, breathe into the left side body. Squeeze the belly in as you exhale. And then inhale, press into your hands, walk back towards the center. And then over towards the left. Pause here. Elongate your spine, lifting your heart out of the hips. Root that right hip down and slowly walk your fingers over. Take a deep breath, elongating and breathing into that right side. Engage your belly, pull it in, and try to get your chest to be parallel to the floor here. So your right shoulder starts to drop down, and you're rooting into that right hand, pressing that right hip down. Head is really heavy. Notice how the head wants to hang on. And then relax the head and feel that stretch through the spine, right? Deeper breaths wherever you feel that sensation. And then walk back up towards your knee, come back to center. Come all the way up, and then we're gonna switch the cross of your legs so the opposite leg comes in front. Reach those arms up, breath. Exhale, fold forward again. Engage your belly, relax, heavy body, heavy head. Think about elongating your spine here. As you inhale, squeeze the navel in as you exhale. Last couple breaths, how relaxed and heavy can you get? One more. And then walk your hands back. Once you're ready to inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, swoop those arms all the way up. Exhale, look at your palms, bring them to your heart center. Think about that intention, be present with it. And just repeat it over and over. And release your hands. All right, let's come to child's pose. So if your knees are feeling a little sensitive today, please bring a blanket underneath your knees. If you have blocks or cans, or you could even use paper towel rolls as your blocks, okay? It's a good option. Knees can go pretty wide in your child's pose. Oh, if you have those blocks, bring them towards the front of the mat. That's what I was trying to say. And then your big toes touch. Sit your hips down as heavy as you can to your heels, and then extend your arms forward. Take your time. Root down through your hands, so you're pressing your hips to your heels at the same time as you're reaching forward. Just relax here for a moment. Relax your forearms and elbows and shoulders heavy, and relax your forehead too. Then count 3 deep breaths and bring your breath right into your low back. And as you exhale, just soften. See how relaxed you can get here in this posture. Now lift your head, push into that right hand and swoop your left hand underneath your right armpit. So your left palm is facing up, your fingernails land on the floor, and then drop onto that left shoulder and the left side of your head. Bring your right hand right in front of your face and start to push into that hand slightly, just gently, to feel a very gentle twist. Nice deep breath into that left shoulder blade. Squeeze your belly in as you exhale. Another one. And then bring your right hand forward, push into that hand, remove the left arm. Switch, so your left hand stays, right arm comes down, rest heavy. Nice deep breaths here, just a couple. Your left hand can come in front of the face and you can start to lift that elbow and shoulder, pulling that shoulder up, twisting. And then release. Left hand comes forward, right hand comes forward, rest heavily again, one deep breath in and out, exhaling. Inhale, lift up, find your tabletop. So bring your knees underneath your hips, and before we come into our cat and cow pose, we're gonna just walk your hands forward here, come down onto your forearms, and stay here for a second. Flip your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Start to feel your front ribs really open up and flaring. And then walk your left hand forward, try to keep that elbow and forearm off the floor. And then rest your forehead onto the floor and see if you can lift your right forearm and elbow. So now you're in an extended puppy pose or melting heart. See if you can, quote, melt your heart to the floor. So maybe your chin comes to the earth and you're looking at the horizon. Take a couple more breaths here. Really feel your belly and your heart sink down so your hips are reaching higher. And then keep your forehead on the floor. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Elbows are squeezing into your ribs and press up. Now step your hands forward. Beautiful. Tabletop position. Finding your first cow pose. Spread those fingers wide. Drop your belly down. Roll your inner elbows to point forward and let the elbows bend and start to look up. Now just breathe here. Maybe move around a little bit. Feel the shoulders rolling back. Take a deep breath in. Now exhale, round the spine, come into your cat pose. Push the tops of your feet, your knees into the floor, tuck your tailbone, bring your navel in. Move a little bit forward and back here, just feeling the skin on the back stretching. Bring your chin all the way to your chest, touching your chest here. Another big breath in, big exhale. Now inhale, drop the pose. Inner elbows rotate forward, looking up. Exhale. Around this. Try to keep your shoulders right over your wrist here. Good, and then keep going. Inhaling cow. You can move as quickly or as slowly as you want to. Exhaling cat. Maybe think about initiating movement from your tail and then feel it like ripple up the spine all the way to the tip of the head. So tailbone starts to untuck for our cat pose. We round back, chin comes to the chest. And then tailbone untucks to our cow pose. We drop the belly, heart comes up, looking up. Good, let's do a couple more here. Try to let the eyes close. Relax your face and jaw. And then we'll meet in tabletop position. Curl your toes, push your hands or walk your hands back. And then come to sit on your toes, sit on your curled toes, your heels. Shake out your hands a little bit. We're gonna bring our right arm forward, palm facing forward, fingers up. Grab your fingers and just gently pull. Take a nice deep breath in there. Exhale. And then we're gonna release that. So point your fingers down, grab the front of those fingers and pull towards you. Feeling a stretch to the wrist. Deep breath in. Good, shake out that hand, shake out that wrist, and then left arm comes forward. Grab those fingers, pull it, full breath in and out. And then release, point those fingers down, grab the fingers, pull, full breath. Good, shake out your hands, walk your fingers forward again. Let your hands uncurl your toes, give a little tap to the tops of your feet. And then we're gonna curl the toes and come into your first downward facing dog. So fingers spread wide, lift those knees, push into your hands. See if you can get those inner elbows to point towards the front of the mat. Shoulders are spiraling out, head drops between your arms, and then lift those hips up high. Lift up onto your tippy toes, so you start to feel a stretch through the backs of the legs. Heels are lifting high, high, high. Hips are lifting high, and then have a little bend in your knees and start to reach your heels towards the floor. Woo, deep breaths into that stretch. You can move a little bit side to side, just bringing some fluidity into the body and your breath, keeping that breath fluid. Coming in and coming out. I like to wag my tail, quote, a little left and right here. And this kind of tugs at the outer left and right hip. So I feel a nice little stretch there. You can opt to bend one knee and drop the opposite heel and then just switch the legs. Now, just pause in your downward facing dog. Feet are about hip distance. Heels are reaching towards the floor, but they don't have to touch. Rather have a bend in the knee, just a little bit, and reach that tailbone up higher. So you're keeping your spine extended. Down dog is all about spinal extension. Long, long, long spine. So relax your head heavily. Shake yes and no if you feel like it's tight. Maybe even move your neck a little left and right so you feel a stretch through the neck. Okay. Now tailbone's reaching up. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze into your front ribs. Elongate the breath. 2 more. Maybe you're breathing in the nose, out the mouth, or in and out the nose. Last breath. Now bend your knees, look at your feet. Walk your hands back to your feet. So lift your heels, bend those knees, walk back. All the way here. Now bend your knees a lot and tuck your palms underneath your toes so that the tips of your toes are right at the crease of your wrists. And then just push your toes into your palms here. Massage the hands a little bit. Take a couple breaths, relax your head, nod yes and no. Squeeze your belly in so you're engaging your core, helping to stabilize. And then when it feels good, release those hands, grab your elbows, hang out in a forward fold again, couple more breaths. Feel the low back release a little heavier as you kind of sway towards the shins, away from them, or left to right. Keep your breath fluid here, steady, long breath. And then drop your arms heavily. Slowly roll to standing, engaging your core, pushing into your feet, rounding your spine, roll all the way up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down, pause here. You might feel a little lightheaded, it's morning, take a breath. Sigh it out, open mouth. And then flip your palms away from you, reach and circle those arms out and up. Look up, reach up, interlace your fingers, steeple your pointer fingers, cross your thumbs. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, tilt to your left. Pushing your right hip out to the side, squeeze those thighs, deep breath in, reach as you exhale, inhale, come to center, exhale over to the left. Try to keep your chest parallel towards the front of that mat. Good, and then inhale, come to center right away, over to the right, exhale, glutes are tight, legs are tight, inhale, center, exhale over to the left. One more time, inhale. Lean to the right, kick that right hip out to the side. Weight goes on that right foot. Inhale up. Exhale, lean to the left. Left hip kicks out. Inhale up, pause. Release your arms, open them out. Bend your knees, fold forward. Hands drop heavy, head drops too. Inhale, lift halfway. Hands on your shins. Pause here. Engage your core. Now we're going to do a little bit of core work here. Just working on the back of our core. Engaging the front body. Using all these back muscles to literally keep us halfway up right now. So start to open up your arms out to a T or a cactus T. So I have the wall here on my left. I'm going to do cactus T arms. Look at your elbows. See that those elbows are in line with your shoulders. Wrists are in line with your shoulders too. So feel those hands kind of lift a little. Roll the shoulders back. Start to squeeze the front of your ribs in. Deep breaths in. Squeeze that belly. Maybe a little bend in your knees. Bringing your weight to the heels and to the toes. And then neutralizing the weight. Pause and balance. Hips are reaching back. Your tailbone's charging back. Crown of the head's reaching forward. Take another breath. Engage your core. Now reach your arms right by your hips. Interlace your hands. Bend your knees a lot. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart forward here. Look at the horizon or look forward in front of you. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Let your knees bend so that the belly drops to your thighs. Relax your head. And then just breathe. You can move a little side to side here, dipping one shoulder towards the knee. Sometimes in class, we'll open up the feet a little wider and then do that where one knee bends, the other straightens, and you can dip shoulder to knee. That feels good and available for your back today. Just notice what is feeling nice, right? Stillness sometimes is really what the body wants, or movement. Squeeze your shoulder blades, feel your hands pull higher to the ceiling. Just one more breath here, my friends. And then before you release the clasp, bring your hands to the low back. Then gently release the hands, lower legs, or your hands down the legs. Inhale, let them slide up your shins, halfward fold. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step your feet when as wide as the mat. Point your toes out, and then drop your hips for a little low squat, yogi squat. Bend, or those elbows, the bent elbows, are right on your inner knees, rolling your shoulders back. Squeeze that lower belly in. Just take a couple breaths here. Try to pause in stillness and really melt into the posture. Maybe repeat your intention in your mind. Just be internalized here with yourself. Good, and then we'll release our hands. Push your hips up to the ceiling. Point your toes forward to the mat. Inhale, look full, or lift halfway up. I got it. Exhale, fold forward, walk forward. Find your downward facing dog. Fingers super wide, then bend the knees, elongate your spine, strong front ribs, core, deep breath in. Sigh it up. Now shift forward, lift your heels up, roll your body forward to your plank pose. Pausing here, breathing here. Take a deep breath, squeeze the belly in, feel your legs tighten, your heels press back, fingers wide, pushing your fingers and your upper knuckles into the floor. Shoulders are rolling back, crown of the head's reaching forward. Take a breath, drop your knees with the exhale. Half chaturanga, keep your knees down, shift your body weight forward just like we would in regular chaturanga. Squeeze your elbows in and lower straight down all the way to the belly and heart. Untuck your toes, inhale for easy cobra, lifting your hands as well as your head and heart. Exhale, lower down. Bring your hands on the outer edges of the mat. Lift those elbows up high, tent your fingertips. Now, press the tops of your feet into the floor, engage your belly, push your pelvis down, push into your hands, lift your heart up. Hold it here as you exhale. Soften the belly. Another big breath in. Slowly lower. Good. Now, hands come right under your shoulders, but then slide them forward. Almost mine come right in front of the mat. Yours might come right to the top of the mat. Squeeze those elbows, almost like your elbows are trying to come in, but then press into your hands to lift your forearms and elbows off the floor. Yeah, now soften in the belly here. Let your belly sink down. As you inhale, feel the front, your chest, your heart body, your heart lift forward. And then exhale, lower down. Couldn't get that one out. Hands under your shoulders, curl your toes. Take your time here. We're gonna push back to a child's pose with curled toes behind you. So just a mini child's pose, just releasing those back bends with a forward bend. Rest your head heavily. Take another deep breath right into the back body, expand the back. And then round your spine as you come up to table. So keep your chin at your chest, round your whole back, and then come to table, unraveling that rounding, fingers spread wide, downward facing dog. Lifting your hips, deep breath here. Sighing it out, head heavy. And then bring your big toes together. Let's lift the right leg up behind you. Bend that right knee. Start to lift your right hip on top of the left. Don't worry about the shoulders being parallel here. Let that right side body open up. Bring weight onto that left hand, weight onto your left foot. Retire through your right knee. Really actively lift like there's a string on that right kneecap pulling higher to the ceiling. And then start to feel your outer left hip push into the midline, but still feel that right knee lifting. Good, take another big breath. Engage your belly. We're gonna stay here. Test your balance. Look almost towards your left hand, maybe in the center of your mat, and then bring your weight onto that left hand and your left foot so much that you could lift your right hand here and take a couple breaths. Gaze is down, staring at something, soft face. Test your balance here, you've got it. And when you're ready, right hand comes back down. Awesome job. Right leg goes straight. Point your toes. Exhale. Bring that knee to your nose. Shoulders come forward. Round your back. Bring that leg back for a three-legged dog. Exhale. Find your downward facing dog. Take one deep breath in, open mouth, exhale. Big toes touch, left leg lifts. Lift it up and then start to open up that hip, bend that knee, lift that left hip on top of the right. Feel the weight go onto that right hand, right leg. Feel the left kneecap lifting. Strong, steady breath here, guys. Feel the outer right hip hug into the midline of the mat of your body, so the outer right hip's pushing in. Feel the left kneecap lifting higher. Now, look right in the middle of the mat. Bring your weight onto that right hand, right foot. Hover the left hand for a couple breaths. You've got this. Squeeze your core, right? So the core always emits strength through the body. And then left hand comes down. Beautiful. Left leg goes straight. Point your toes so you feel that stretch to the front leg. Exhale, knee to your nose, round your back. Inhale, bring it back. Three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more here. Lion's breath. Stick your tongue out. Bend your knees deeply. Look at your hands, bring your weight forward, step forward. Come to the front of the mat, inhale and lift halfway there, half forward fold. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll to standing, take your time. Legs are strong, core is strong. Roll the shoulders, exhale here, arms are heavy. Inhale, arms up. Hands to your heart, intention in your mind, exhale. Full breath here. And release your hands. Find your mountain pose for a moment. Maybe your eyes close. Mine always do. Internalizing. Observe how you're feeling. Right? So just like in the beginning of our class, we find stillness in the physical form, but notice all of the aliveness beneath the layer of our skin. So maybe observe the inner layer of your eyelids. Feel your beating heart in the center of your chest, emitting this vibration through your whole body. And think about your intention. Good. And the eyes can open up here. Bending your knees, feet are hip distance or big toes touching wherever you have the most stability, okay? Bend your knees, middle fingers are gonna tap the floor. So sink those hips low, keep your hips low, and then reach your arms straight forward. Weight goes right into your heels, your toes lift. Palms are facing up, roll the shoulders back into their sockets. Squeeze this lower belly in, pushing it against your low back. So feel your low back, release that round and curve, and press it out. Take a breath. As you exhale, sweep your right arm down, past that right hip and reach back. Look back at it. And then inhale that right arm forward. Exhale, left arm comes down, past that left hip, reach back. Inhale forward. Exhale, both arms come down by the hips and let your belly touch your thigh. Inhale, bring your arms forward, lift a little, fold as you exhale. Hands down by your feet, head heavy. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands up the left leg back. Drop it down or drop the knee down. Keep those toes curled. Now, right hand comes to your thigh, left hand, roll and round your back, kind of like we did before. Tuck that tailbone, squeeze your front ribs in, roll the shoulders back, good. Push into your left foot. Feel that turn on your left thigh, and then when you're ready, right arm comes up, left arm up. Pressing out of your right foot here, feel this foundation, strong in your core. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders here. Keep the front ribs squeezing and that tailbone lengthening. Couple more here. Soften the face. Stay actively pressing out of that left heel or left toes. Good. Last inhale here. With your exhale, drop your right arm down, sweep it past that hip and reach back. Left arm comes forward. Arms are up to a T, palms are facing in the direction that you're looking. Take a deep breath, lift your heart up, and then slowly drop your right hand down as the left arm lifts. Your right hand can come onto your low back here, pushing as you start to lean back, or your right hand can be on that left thigh, reaching back. So wherever you have the most stability, sometimes this hand on the hip is nice just for low back stability. Take a couple more breaths here. Really root out of that left toe, those left toes behind you. Keep reaching back. One more. Soften the face. Inhale, come back up, arms to a T. Drop just the left hand down. Inhale, your right arm staying up, reach up. Roll the shoulders back here, keep twisting. Now you're looking up at that right hand and imagine that you're pushing that right hand into a wall. Feel that really turn on the muscles of the back, opening up your heart, opening up the chest. Take another breath. And then right hand will come down on the outer edge of that right foot. Keep this hand here. I'm gonna make a fist because my fingers go double jointed. Slowly extend and lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Feel that stretch to the whole left side. Let your left palm face the left side of the room. Look up there. Roll the right shoulder back so this bottom shoulder rolls. Couple more breaths, steady, long breath. Push against that imaginary wall with the left hand. And then left hand reaches forward and all the way down. Now move your hips back, straighten this right leg. Take a deep breath, lift your heart forward, tailbones reaching back. Exhale, slowly lower your heart down, head down, heavy. Take a breath. Couple more here. Steady, long breath. One more, think about your intention. Soften something as you exhale, surprise yourself. And then inhale, come back up, rebend that right knee. Curl your left toes are curled. Lift that knee. Now you're gonna swivel that left heel to the floor and walk both hands on the inside of your right foot. Now continue walking your hands over to the left foot and straighten this whole right leg, lifting your right toes up. So we're coming into a side lunge, deep bend in your left knee, so we're towards the back of the mat. Take a deep breath, both hands are in the inside of the legs, and then slowly fold into it. Nice deep stretch for the inner thigh here on that right leg. Engage your thigh, take a breath. Exhale, lower a little more. Two more. One more breath. And then press into your hands. Walk back to your right foot. Lift this left heel up. Good, so you're in that high lunge position, and then step your right leg back. Come into your downward facing dog. Right away, we're gonna lift the right leg up. Bend the knee and open up your hip. Now do some big circles with that knee, swooping it all around. Good, and then go in the other direction. Straighten that leg when you're ready. Find your downward facing dog as you exhale. Deep breaths, let's do 3 here. Couple more. Last one. Let your head be so heavy. Good. Now we're gonna bend our knees. Look at your hands. Take a big step forward. I couldn't get that up. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Now the right leg's going back, nice and far. Drop that knee to the floor. Keep your right toes curled, so really get a good grip. Left hand to the left thigh, right hand to the thigh, and then round your back. Chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, roll it up. Woo, I'm already feeling that on that right hip. Really root into that right foot. So you turn on the stretch, tailbone stays low here, okay? And then right arm up, left arm up, palms face each other. Just hanging out here for a few rounds of breath. Rooting out of this right foot, pushing out of your left foot too. So you feel so strong in your foundation. And then feel the pull up towards the ceiling, lengthening your torso more. Squeezing your front ribs, relaxing the shoulders. Good, another couple. Soften the face. See if you can find stillness with your strength here. All right, now we're inhaling. Exhaling that left arm down, swoop it back, right arm swoops forward, palms facing the left side. Full breath, lift your heart up. Exhale, maybe this left hand stays straight and drops to the thigh. Right arm goes up, or left hand to that left low back, pressing. When you inhale, try to lift up through your heart like there's a string on that heart center. Reaching up through those right fingers and then reach back slightly. Deeper breath. Reaching back. Your gaze can move wherever. Down past this left shoulder or up towards your fingers. With the next inhale, lift up. Arms to a T. Great. Right hand comes down, fingers wide. Awesome. Left arm comes up, reaching up, and then roll that bottom right shoulder back. Open up your chest. Press against the imaginary wall with your left hand, helping you to rotate more. Stay connected with that curled right toe, those right toes. Hugging the right ribs under you as you exhale. One more big breath. And then left hand comes down. Woo. Make a fist on the outer edge of that foot. Inhale, right arm comes up. Oh yeah, big breath in. Engage the belly. Keep reaching up. Feel that beautiful stretch. Breathe into it. One more. And then reach forward. Exhale, that arm down. Press those hips back. Beautiful stretching here. Left leg goes straight. Hips or your tailbone reaches back. Your heart reaches forward. Exhale, lower just a little to turn on that stretch behind the leg. Once you feel it, pause, take a breath. Exhale, go a little more. Couple more breaths here. Breath is your guide here through our stretching. Our inhales literally bring oxygen into the muscles that we're feeling sensation. Our body is incredibly smart. And I've said this a bunch, Kate, so you've probably heard me say this 1,000 times, but when we intentionally think about where we're feeling a stretch sensation and breathe in at the same time, our body is so smart and will actually bring more blood flow to that spot. So if you think about my left hamstring stretching and I'm taking a deep breath in, your body's like, yeah, go there, blood. And then as you exhale softly and fluidly, then you're literally talking to the nerves in your muscles and you're signaling that everything is fine. I'm breathing calmly. We are good here, guys. We can relax and we can open up. All right, now we've been here a lot. Let's walk forward. Keeping your right toes curled, we're gonna lift that knee. Now, both hands on the inside of your left foot. Walk back. Slowly swoop that right heel down, okay? Walk back to those right toes. Lift those left toes up as this left leg goes straight. Now your right heel can be lifted, that's totally fine. You can be kind of high up, and that's fine too. Press into your hands, lift your heart. So you're trying to pull your upper back out of the hips, and then exhale, let those hands come forward, turning on that stretch on the inner thigh, but again, only go as far as to feel the stretch, then use your breath. Inhaling, oxygen. Exhaling, ease. Couple more. Good, and then we're gonna walk our hands back, push into your hands, point those left toes forward, drop that foot, lift your right heel up, step back, find your downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then left leg lifts. Bend that knee, open up that hip. Woo, yeah, nice big circles. Couple more. And then go in the other direction, always finding that balance. Straighten the left leg when it feels good, and then we'll find our downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in, sigh it out. Bending both knees, gaze at your hands, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Slowly come to standing, rolling up to standing. Taking your time, swoop the shoulders back and down, up, or reach up with your arms. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Full breath in and out. Exhale, release your hands. Stillness for a moment in your mountain pose. Observing all of the movement beneath the layer of the skin. All of the aliveness. All of the energy. And the eyes can open up. All right, let's balance, my friends, before we lay on down. So we're gonna do figure four balancing. It's like a single chair. We're gonna bring your weight over onto your left foot. So I'm gonna mirror you. This is my right side, obviously. We're gonna have you stand on your left side, so I'm mirroring you. Start to lighten the weight on that, your right foot. And then bend your left knee. Okay, we're gonna lift this left thigh so it's parallel to the floor, okay? And then you're gonna swoop that left ankle over that right thigh and push this knee down. Now your hands right away can come down to your ankle and knee as you bend into your left knee and sink your hips low, 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 low. Just enough to turn on that stretch, okay? I'm gonna show you here. You can flex your right toes, so those toes are going towards the knee to keep this knee nice and strong and stable. And now as we bend this left knee and we sink our hips, usually our hips will tilt a little bit. So just notice, feel this left hip hug back and then sink lower. Roll the shoulders back, elbows are in by your waist. Whoop. And then keep your belly strong, tight lower belly. Notice how that belly will soften. All of the other muscles surrounding the core will take over, especially the hips, because there's so much going on there. So keep your belly engaged here, really be mindful. And then slowly your heart can come closer towards this shin. Squeeze that belly in. You really don't have to go anywhere either. If it feels good, maybe your hands come down to the floor. We're gonna take 5 more breaths wherever you are. And really, that's no time at all. It's like 30 seconds. So just stay present, only 4. Find something to stare at to keep your focus. You can always come out of the pose a little whenever you need to. 2 more breaths. Soften the jaw on your face. 1 more here. Ease into that hip. Slow motion, we're coming out of it. Hands to your heart. Press against that left leg, right leg flies. Extend that leg forward, hold it. Deep breath in. Engage your belly as you exhale. Keep pulling your shoulders right over your hips. Another full breath. And then slowly lower that right leg to the floor. Find stillness in your mountain pose for a moment. Notice the differences on the left and right side. Relax the shoulders. 1 more breath. Great. All right, my friends, hands to our hips. Now you're balancing on your right leg. So bring your weight over to your right, little bend in that knee. You're gonna lighten the weight on your left. When you're ready, remember, find your focus point, your drishti in Sanskrit, and then lift that left thigh. Notice if you're right away sinking into this right hip, right? So suck this hip in, push away from that right leg. Okay, now bend into that right knee a little more and bring that left ankle past the thigh. So the ankle bone will rest right on the thigh, but push the bone just on the outer edge. So it's like the lower outer shin. Take a deep breath, engage that belly. Weight goes into your right heel. Sink back and drop your hips. Whenever you want, your hand and knee, or your hands can come down to your knee and ankle. And then notice the tilt of the hips, right? That right hip's gonna pop out. So hug it back, sink a little lower, heart pulling forward simultaneously. So you feel your tailbone reaching back, weight is in that left heel, right heel, and then your heart is coming forward. So very similar to even our half splits pose, or in even our downward facing dog, right? Your heart is rolling forward, your tailbone's reaching back, and then we lower. Oh yeah, turn it around. Feel that right hip hugging back, squeezing in. So you can think outer hip pulling into the midline of the body. Remember, hands can come down whenever. You can really bend deeply into that right leg. And the last 3 breaths. Steady, long breath. The last one here, guys. Slowly push away from that right leg. Woo! You've got it. You've got the strength. Burning means building muscle. Extend this left leg long. Lift your heart forward. Take another big breath in. Squeeze your belly as you exhale. Notice if you're leaning back, pull that heart forward, lift those toes, and then lower it. Woo! Pause. Stillness. Deep breath. 1 more. Let's do lion's breath here. No one's looking. Stick your tongue out. Eyes open, arms up, big breath. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step both legs back, plank pose. Pause here, take a breath in. Exhale, knees down. If you want to do full chaturanga, go for it. Shift forward, half chaturanga, elbows squeeze in. It's a really good way to get used to those elbows pulling in, shoulders back. Untuck your toes, pelvis pushes down. Inhale, lift your head, heart, and hands. Baby. Exhale, lower. Hands come on the outer edges of the mat. Elbows fly high. Keep those toes down, pelvis down, belly tight, press up. Sink here as you exhale. 1 more breath, lift. Now lower completely. Hands come forward, elbows squeezing in, but press up right away. Forearms, elbows off the floor. Now let your lower back relax, let your belly soften. Stay here a couple more times. Feel that kind of compression in the low back. Compression we think of as a bad word, but it's really not. Slowly bend the elbows, lower down. Hands under your shoulders, press back to a normal child's pose. Untucking your toes, big toes meet, head to the floor. If your knees are closer together, you can wrap your arms right by your outer legs. Take a few breaths. Engage your belly. Roll all the way up to sit on your heels. Roll the shoulders back. Pause here, hero's pose for a moment. Hands are on your thighs. Spine is lengthening. One more breath. And then our eyes can open. Use your hands, bring your legs out. Scoot those legs long out in front of you. And then we'll do forward fold here, Paschimottanasana. So remove the bits. Swoop your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Relax your arms wherever. They don't have to touch your feet. You can bend your knees pretty deeply here and then reach for your feet. This is very similar to when we're standing in our forward fold. So then use your leg or use your heart to pull the upper back out of the hips, melt your belly onto the thighs, hold onto those outer feet and relax the head. Relax the head. Then you can reach your heels forward one at a time, turning on that stretch more. Get your head to be so heavy here, guys, so that you feel that stretch to the neck. 2 more breaths. And then lift up. Hands can come onto the floor to support you. Bend those knees. Have enough room to lay down behind you, feet on the floor. Swoop your arms up. As you exhale, slowly drop down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Pausing before your shoulder blades meet the earth. Pause there. Roll the shoulders back. Lift one leg up. And then drop it. Lift the next leg up and drop it. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's do it for 3, for 2, for 1. Pause. Both legs up. Deep breath in. Squeeze your core. 2 more. That's it. Strong legs. 1 more. And then lower your legs and your head and shoulders together. Awesome. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side, left to right. Then drop your feet to the floor. Remove your ponytail or anything that might be in your way under your head. Bring your feet in a little closer to your glutes, palms on the floor, and then lift your hips. Bridge pose. Start to tuck your shoulders underneath you one at a time. If it's available, interlace your fingers and press your hands and arms into the floor like a lever. Keep squeezing those shoulders underneath you. Squeeze your glutes. Really press into your feet. Lift those hips higher. Couple more breaths. Another one. Releasing your hands. Lift your heels up and roll 1 vertebrae down at a time. Then arms out to a T. Let your feet open as wide as the mat. Drop your knees together just for a deep breath in and out. Relax your hips here. Now, drop your knees over to your right. Relax the outer right leg and push the inner arch of your left foot down into the floor so you feel that kneecap pulling forward. Lift your left arm up and reach all the way behind you so you feel this whole left side stretching. Reach forward through that left kneecap. Reach back through those left fingers. Take 1 deep breath in. Exhale and relax. Lift that left leg. Lift the right leg. Feet stay super wide. Drop your knees over to the other side. Bring your left arm out to a T. Relax the outer left leg. Push into the inner arch of that right foot and feel your right knee reach forward. Reach that right arm all the way back. Reach actively. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and relax. Lift that left or right leg back up, left leg up. Now bring your bottoms of the feet together. Knees are going to open wide. Tuck your hips underneath you, tuck your shoulders, palms up. Let's actually bring your right hand on the belly and left hand on your heart. Relax the outer hips, relax the inner thighs. Exhale with an open mouth, the air out of your body. And then seal your lips, a belly breath, breathe in through your nose. Fill the belly, the ribs, pull the breath up into your heart, hold it. And then an open mouth, exhale. Push it all out. Seal your lips, breathe in through the nose, belly, ribs, chest, throat, hold it. Open mouth, exhale. Push it all out. Even more. Last full belly breath. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale. Get even emptier. And let breath fill you up naturally. And empty you out naturally. Let breath just come and go. And you can choose to stay right here for your Shavasana, or slowly and mindfully bring your knees together and let your legs go long one at a time. Flopping those feet open, tucking your shoulders under you. Hands can stay connected to your belly and your breath, or they can drop by your side. Allow yourself to rest here fully. Let breath start to become very passive. And just start to feel your body sinking heavier and a little bit more easily against the back half of you, against the mat and the support beneath you. Every exhale, relax more. And as you notice your mind drifting and thinking, daydreaming, just catch your thought and then practice redirecting it. Bring your awareness back to your breath, the natural flow in and out, watching your body breathe or watching the wave of your breath. Or bringing your awareness back to any tightness or tension in the body that may have been created by thought. And like ice turning to water, relax and release. Enjoy this time to do nothing and be present with that sensation of letting your body and yourself do nothing. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Maybe let a smile come upon your face as you breathe in. And then slowly invite movement into your body as you reawaken. Fingers and toes wriggling and rocking your head a little side to side. Deeper breaths, expanding the ribs, feeling the skin stretching. And then a full body stretch, reaching your legs long, your arms behind your head. Stretch and reach and flex in two directions. Reach and stretch and flex. And then relax the body. Bend your knees and roll over to your right side, using your arm as a pillow if that feels good. Nestle in there, let an exhale just rest you heavily, easily there. And then use your sense of touch as you press yourself up to a comfortable seat, making your way to that cross-legged seated position, feeling your spine grow really tall up out of the hips. And if your eyes sneakily open, just let them rest closed when you find that seat. Pausing in stillness for a moment with your hands on your thighs, your legs, just observing the effects of your practice. Noticing how you are feeling inside the body right now. Reminding yourself of your intention and maybe breathing in a smile as you think about this intention. Let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts and begin rubbing your palms together to generate heat and energy. Go faster and faster to feel the heat. And once you feel warm, bring your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes, barely dripping on your face. Take a nice full breath in right here. And then exhale, release your hands over the face, rest your palms in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends, namaste.